What's up, Spikelings? The stream's only source of entertainment, Esther here, welcoming you back to the Shark Typhoon. Today, we're changing things up with actual jokes and some real joy in the stream. So sit back, relax, and get ready to have fun for a change.
Okay, got the combo, got Utopia Sprawl. That's definitely nice. Opponents on a mold of 6. Maybe you need more instant removal like Heat for end of turn drawing, etc. Maybe. I mean, Heat is like, you're just not getting Delirium very easily in this deck. Especially with, if you ever like discarded Emrakul or mill an Emrakul, I guess. Yeah, another League of Citadel Reclamation would be good. That deck was definitely special. In the Mox field, Elix, gotta dig a little deep. I changed sideboard like a little bit. For that, it must have gone under the couch. You're up against Yogg. If I take Emrakul, they know what's going on, but I also might need to throw 2 Emrakuls at them this game, so seems like just what I should do. I've also possibly like gone Island or Forest Stirrings and then held up Boseiju for Cauldron. Earbud located. Big W. There's a good chance they have a Bowmaster. Pretty sure I should ring. It is nice that there's a good chance this bolt is just going to finish my opponent off. They got 2 cards in their hand. Should have responded. Now. Actually, although I would kind of love for them to cast Bowmaster, so maybe that's not as good an idea. With only 1 card in their hand, they're not super likely to kill me this turn. They need another Young Wolf and a Cord. And if they brick, the Emrakul is going to kill them, because their life total will be too low. Although maybe they could Cord for like Gilded Goose. Your thoughts on Pinhead Prism? Can be hit by Stirrings and ramps to 5 on turn 3. I like the idea to some extent, but it is mostly a card that's only good on like... Wait, why did they cast Halfling? Wouldn't they want to dig first and try to draw another Young Wolf? It's only good on like your best hands that don't get disrupted, so I feel like it's probably not optimal. And it's also, you already have like 8 other good accelerators, but I do like the idea. So I'm gonna try to bait Cord for Bowmasters. Well, if they don't have Cord, we're good. If they do, they're going to get Blood Artist. Seems like they probably have it. Or I guess they at least have the ability to dig a bit deeper. Could cut all the bad green cards like Halfling and Stirrings and Sprawl, put the good blue cards like Remand and Cryptic and Savage. It's true. So they're floating a green. Okay. This shouldn't matter too much because they concede. Could they not have gone reset? Oh, they should have reset the Young Wolf instead. Yeah, that was a punt. Okay, up a game against Yogg is nice. Gonna bring in the slashes and the totems. I think I'm cutting the fables. Also nice you can stirrings into totem. You know, Yogg being so popular, I do think is a good reason to play this deck. I think this combo is pretty good against them. Yeah, Shrinking doesn't work without like Blood Artist in play. Jegantha. I wish there was an auto reveal companion button. It would save me thousands of clicks over the years. Right, I'm gonna keep this against Yogg. Put us on 6 on the play. 5 on the play. Yeah, Stirring's Totem combo. As a Goblins player, I love that Totem's the go-to creature right now. Why? Isn't it great against you? Stops your snoops and your... It doesn't stop everything, but it stops a lot of stuff. Stops your sling gangs. Yeah, what if you have multiple companions? Another day, Obro asking for Pioneer as for Toltec. There is no reason to play as for Toltec Pioneer as far as I can tell. Just very slow. No, like, really cohesive plan there, I feel. So we could save Flame Slash for Yogg, but my opponent's on a mold of 5, and, like, killing the Wall of Roots is just such a big game. Subs the combo, but pretty much everything else CTB Orb was much more backbreaking. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's probably fine. Just think that, like, you can't trash master the thing. Although Trust Master is also a lord, so it's kind of fine. Thanks, Squeezy. Yeah, we're gonna play more Timeless. I'm playing more Timeless this week. I may want to like keep all my like Timeless tech secret because I have a tournament to prep for this Friday that I'm pretty excited for. All right, so let's bolt the Halfling into turn so we can either Jegantha in hand or play a draw on Palantr. They got no cards in their hand, just a couple of young wolves against the world. The trash code. It's from Blue Eye Samurai, which is on Netflix. I like the show. Really excited for season 2. What term is this Friday? So Honorog, friend of the channel, if y'all don't know, Honorog is like just been carrying like paper coverage for years at this point. He just goes to all the, like, or a bunch of the SCGs and RCs, and out of the love of the game is like setting up paper coverage. And he also ran the Super League, the Modern Super League that we did earlier last year, and he's throwing together a 16-person Timeless tournament this Friday, and I have been graciously and humbly invited. Yeah, greatest of all time for sure. Kind of surprised not getting out the wolves there, but whatever. Counter this. Jegantha, the Wellspring. Alright, a lot of good top decks. Opponent can cast a top deck Jog, but they can't cord for it. They would try Through the Breach, but with the new Ghalta Dramatic Entrance. You know with Ghalta you have to have a bunch of like shitty cards in your hand, right? That talk about clunky. With Through the Breach and Gora's Vengeance, you only have to have one big card, you know. It's pretty nice. I guess I take with just the Jegantha this turn. We're through on more Eldrazi for Palantr and Through the Breach. The problem is the other ones are so much worse. Takes 5. Getting Lightning Axed is tough as the Yogg player. I don't know if I would have taken 5 there. Yadrog ends at MTG. So watching Hatashi play Grand Blue. Okay, please mix up because using my IGN. What is IGN? Like my gamer tag? Yeah, I've never really played fighting games. I mean, I've played a couple, like Smash Bros. Only, mostly. That's funny. In-game name, I see. Yeah, no, Hitashi's offered to teach me a couple times, but I'm too old. My reflexes are too bad. I used to play like shooters and stuff too, but I'm a lot worse. Yeah, so killing the Young Wolf means top deck Yawgmoth is a lot worse. The 15/50 where the dice trigger 3/5. I feel like 4/4 is just the better plan. But yeah, you could maybe play one copy if you wanted to be more another combo. All right, pretty flooded, but they moldify. We had a lot of removal spells, and now Jegantha's soloing them. Dude, they're just taking 6 here. Yogg at 5 is not that scary. Too old, I'm like 29. For fighting games and esports, I am pretty old. For living life and being happy and being on twitch.tv/aspiringspike, I am very young. But boy, is like, to play fighting games well, you just have to have, your reflexes have to be so good. You have 15 mana. You can't Jegantha for Emrakul, but oh, that would be so nice, huh? I know you're going to RC Denver with Decklist I brought. I mean, I say this as genuine advice to everybody that like has a deck already picked for RC Denver, or feels like they could have a deck already picked for RC Denver. I strongly recommend not choosing your deck for a big tournament a month, 2 months, a month and a half, a month even before the tournament. It, especially when like a new set's being released and the metagame is like evolving a lot at the moment. Don't like think that you can pick a deck this early, to be honest. Like, you could be working on it and you could be exploring. You can have decks that you're leaning towards and you can have ideas and, you could be talking about it, but it is just so early to feel like you could pick a deck. Yeah, unless you're disgruntled elk, then you're going to play Hammer. Big Kids, 12 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Ping them there, then we could draw bolts and win the game. Like, for this Pioneer RC, and this was like maybe the most extreme example ever, but just like, okay, so if they have Bowmaster, they'll use it now, and I get better information about my attack. For the Pioneer RC, 2 weeks before the tournament, they ban 2 things, unban a thing. And over the course of those 2 weeks, the metagame is like drastically different, like 3 times. Like the Amalia combo, which was like the best deck for the tournament, was not like widely thought to be popular or good until the Saturday before the RC, like 7 days before. It is just so early to feel like you could pick a deck a month and a half out. Although, yeah, it was still a month and a half out. Go, halflings, go! Alright. Clunky, but we got there, huh? One of both players drew worse than the average limited game. Counterpoint, though, not everyone has the ability or time to get good for that short notice. Frame. My advice is just to keep an open mind. I'm gonna. I think I'm supposed to sprawl on turn 1. Could go Stomping Ground. Sprawl. I think it is, actually. Because I really want to name green. Yeah, we've had very few people ask why no Arbor Elf today. I feel like people are finally learning. Or all the Arbor Elf fans have long since left. Yeah, we just keep drawing all Fables, no Palantirs. Okay, we're up against a Windswept Heath. Hallowed Fountain pending, potentially. Okay. So, rewarded for the Stomping Ground, I guess. Come on, Stirrings. The only land in the deck that doesn't cast Halfling here. But we'll take a land. So we'll try Elves against Free Brand. We've been playing some Elves. It's been kind of hit or miss, maybe. But I like Elves a lot still. I guess I'll play Fable. I feel like I had a build yesterday that looked pretty good, and then I think O2 dropped the league. There's like a lot of different directions you can take the deck. Kind of stuck on like 75. Oh, we drew Palantir. I mean, obviously I want to try to go Wrenn and Six into 3-drop here. Seems like my opponent will, after like a minute of thinking, decide to Solitude my Shaman token. Oh, nope. Say good about binding. I could also... They probably have Counterspell. Actually, let me just play a 3-drop. Because this way, they go Counterspell the next turn. If I brick, I can go 2-drop, 3-drop. This is like way worse than the Counterspell. Would I play a big modern tournament this weekend? I don't know. Which I guess my whole keep it open mind, take your choice is really me saying I don't know. Maybe we should play Fable. I'll play 2 Fables this turn. I've been like liking the Mono Black Citadel a good amount. I've been liking Espergorios, but it is not very good against the Rakdos deck that's currently very popular. I could play Scales, could play Yogg. Alright, we're hardcasted Emrakul this game. Alright. So we're bringing like second Boseiju. And the Moons. Looks pretty good to me. 2 bolts. Could Palantr do well on College Black Shells? Too much going on. Yeah, I thought about putting it there. Like, it was a card that was like suggested a lot, and I kind of talked about it a lot. How I had never cast the card, and we still have like barely cast it today, despite playing the deck for 2.5 hours. We cast it like twice. Like, just cast it got countered. You know, I like it. I think a little bit less in that deck where you can't cast it on turn 2. It could be kind of slow. It could be good. Could be good in like a Grixis, like more controlling build of the Cottage Blast deck too. Which is something we've tried a few times. The fact that Scales is posting against your nose, they hate floating around. Yeah, Scales doing really well is very confusing to me at the moment. I mean, obviously it's a great deck. It's a very powerful deck, but Yogg and I mean Scamp or the Rakdos deck being really popular is good for it, but it's very bad against Yogg. It's very bad against Titan, and there's a lot of Cursed Totems at the moment. Which all of these things for me would say stay away from Scales, but obviously you know you could just Ravager them and not care. Play a Dynawhack for cheap. Seeing the Eldrazi scares the heck out of me. Well, you don't need to be scared of anything as the Dino deck. Just kill him. Binding's at an all-time low. I mean, I'm not that scared of binding, like binding decks as Scales usually. You're a Haywire Bite deck. You get Preordain? They were 4-color the whole time? Okay, I don't think I'm sideboarding differently necessarily. Oh, I would keep some Flame Slashes in over bolts. No, they're not rhinos. They cast prismatic. The only we saw prismatic ending counterspell, so I thought they were just blue-white. I think Scales pilots have a hard time justifying playing other decks sort of like Amulet. I kind of feel like Amulet players are the opposite. They like have a hard time like feeling like they're... Oh, we're going to get Tidebinder too. Dude. I feel like Valakut players are like... Oh, Titan's awful right now. We can't play it. Well, maybe we'll get to cast Palantr. Yeah, I know. Amulet's good recently, but the thing is, Amulet is always good. It's just, like, literally, Amulet is always a good deck. It's always a good choice. It's very powerful, very good. And Titan players just decide to, like, it's like they have a dark council that's like, if we keep playing the deck so long, it'll be banned. We must collectively come together and decide to not play the deck for 6 months, promote propaganda on Twitter saying that Titan is bad, it's poorly positioned now. We're going to be very vague about it. We're not going to say why it's poorly positioned. We're just going to say that it's poorly positioned. And then in 6 months, we'll farm for a season. And we do this so we can keep playing the deck over the years. And then it's just a dark cabal. Yeah, I'm exposing the cabal today. Yeah, Dumb Harvey's leading them. Okay, we're pretty dead this game. Golos, the 6 months. Thank you. Welcome back. We're gonna take a Soul College and Engineers. Who's gonna pick one place of the cards to Rectus in that show? Would you recommend? I don't know, dude. I would recommend not playing College and Goblin Engineer. I have spent a long time trying to figure out like a playable 75 with those two cards because at first glance looks sick, but there's like very little support for the idea. I'm gonna concede. We're just so buried by the ring. Well, I do have Bolt in my hand. I could draw another Bolt, and yeah. Never mind. If they just don't draw Omnath, I draw second Bolts. Bolt Wrenn, that's true. Yeah. Wrenn is also kind of funny if they have Counterspell. They don't counter it ever. All right. We'll ring this turn. Ring. I guess I'll only have one more Bolt in the deck, though. That being said, that they just... I don't know. How can they not have an Omnath or a Counterspell in 11 cards? Or a ring. Or a Teferi. Alright, come on. Lightning Bolt or Wrenn and Six. They can't cast Counterspell at the moment. They've already used one Force of Negation. What deck are you playing to get to the bottom 20? Bottom 20 of what? You were looking for something and got... You're looking for something and got to the bottom 20. The bottom 20 of what? My library? It happens every day. The deck, okay. It just happens every day. Okay, so against their deck, I'm going to go back up to Flame Slashes. 3? 3's probably a good number. Cut one card. Halflings seem great against them. Bloodmoon seems great. Could cut a Fable for mana curve considerations. I really want to keep Palantr over Fable. No, I lost in the top 8 of the Super Qualifier. Kind of stirring since every card seems to draw in this matchup. Stirring's just like also I feel like really good. Just like you just want to like keep some consistency if every card is good too. You draw too many halflings, like that's kind of real. I tried not to play 2 Boseijus. Could maybe have cut the second Boseiju 2EH. Series hard to quit in 19 lands. Not really. Like you have 4 Wrenn and Six, you have 8 accelerants. We have a lot of mana in this deck, despite like our land count being not that high. Yeah, put it on a mold of 6. So a halfling. I want to play Palantr. It's like a little bit awkward if they Teferi bounce my Fable token. Dumping them for 5 seems kind of good, but I also don't really want to draw through the breach. So I think we just bottom them. Maybe they'll flip Emrakul, huh? If they have me mill. They let me draw, though. Do you think Palantr could fit together with Class Spot shenanigans? I do, yeah. I think you'd have to play like a more controlling version. Like not the Domain Zoo build, probably. But I think it could be good. It was a card that was like suggested a lot, and I shot down a lot, but also I was really kind of unsure how good it was, having not played with it. Truffle with a 21. Thank you. Welcome back. So it looks like we've navigated around this Teferi okay, because now we get to play Fable, and then the Fable can pressure the Teferi. I'm assuming they're going to bounce Palantr, yeah. Would have been nice to get a cheesy peasy win with Through the Breach, or Through the Breach, or Blood Moon. Either one. Okay, I could have played around Force of Negation a bit better, I guess. I don't know. It's just like tough to play around here when they're on the mulligan or they're on the draw, right? Why not just kill the Teferi? Yeah, no, you're right. That's better. We can do it this turn, I guess. They have another Force of Negation. This is tough. So I guess Ring is pretty good against Palantr too. I don't even get to do it because there's no target. Oh, that's so much worse. Is it supposed to? I was probably supposed to work like that. Can't you cast Palantr through Halfling through Force? Yeah, but I can't do that and kill with a fairy. I think you're playing way too many big tutor targets. Also, wait, why is there Archon? This isn't a dragon or an artifact. What am I missing? Pyre? So you pyre your Valiant Changeling into Archon. Let's see. I just ping them. I haven't seen Jimhide Sliver as tech for this deck. It feels underpowered. Then again, so does all of this deck. Wait, can't you just play? There's a there's a human that's just better than this card, right? It's like humans you control have the ability to tap for mana. Should we be playing that card instead? Yeah, Catilda. I feel like it also you a couple of incidental humans, but I think that card's better. Okay, we're looking for Emrakul. We're looking for Blood Moon. We're looking for the One Ring. I guess I'll cast Jegantha instead of attacking with the halflings and I lose my Boseiju, but it's just tough top decks. I don't know. This looks like pretty normal. I feel like that human card is better than Jim Hyde. I don't know that I love like playing this many big tutor targets. But maybe you just like have to. I've always liked the idea of like main decking a bunch of hex catchers, so like you could maybe just try main deck hex catcher over the Jim Hyde Silver slot. But I don't have a lot of experience playing that archetype either, so don't have a ton of advice. But you built the deck, and the deck's been around for a while, and it catches some people off by surprise, but it does have a lot of problems. It's okay, so they bounce their ring. I feel bad that I boarded out my bolts for flame slashes. Also, if I draw Emrakul, yeah, I'm still throwing it at them. Or, I guess throwing it at Wrenn and Six. Okay, Solitude's my Jegantha. Yeah, you can play more Grist too. Grist is like has the crazy upside, but you're not playing as many changeling as I think of some lists I've seen. Okay, gets in for 3. They could have left this back to like block a halfling. Now I get to kill their Teferi and poke their Wrenn and Six. It doesn't matter a ton. In case you're playing Judicious and Orlephant. Yeah, so I had a Through the Doors of Durin deck, or Doors of Durin deck, that was also playing Through the Breach. This was when Fury was legal, though. I didn't quite make it to the stream. But I had like that plus a bunch of Ints and Oliphants to like be able to hit off your Doors of Durin. So maybe you could play Palantr in that deck. And maybe you could do just like that plus the Ints and stuff and not play Through the Breach. But also you kind of want to play Through the Breach there, I think. Opponent probably has like not 4 Omnats in their deck. Either that or they're getting really unlucky this match. I have 7 cards in their hand. We're mostly hoping that they just die to their ring. When I hit them for 3, they had protection from everything due to the One Ring to rule them all. Can I double breach? No. Just thinking if I drew Emrakul. Can't believe they almost attacked the Tidebinder. Okay, so they go to discard. I've drawn a mountain. I'm gonna pass the turn. I probably cast a Through the Breach into a turn to bait a counter spell. They could Tidebinder their own ring trigger. Surely this isn't like tank Solitude either. Okay, I'm gonna concede. If my opponent was playing a build without a lot of counter spells, I'd play it out, but that was good enough for me. Put back Stirrings in this hand. Since I already have like 3 drop into ring, it's like I don't really want to Stirrings into land. Or Palantr because I have a 3-drop, so just put it back. We get some Murktide again. We did beat Murktide earlier. Do you think Sneak Attack would be a good addition to Modern? I don't know. It would be. I think it'd be not amazing. It would be good. Or like, I don't know. It's. I think a lot of people. So like one thing is I think initially. What the fuck? Okay, I guess I've done answered that question. Squee with the 50 pack of subs. Why? Is my only question to you is why? And thank you, Happy New Year, Squee. Yeah, Merry New Year's to you too. If you got a gift set for Squee, make sure to thank him. Up against Grixis control. But I think that people would really misbuild their Sneak Attack decks were it legal. Were it legal, I think it would take a long time to figure out how best to build a Sneak Attack deck. Do you play it like in creativity? Do you play it like a green-red list? Do you play it a blue-red list? How many big things do you play? People will play way too many big stuff at first, I think. It's very weak to Needle. Needle's already a good card in the format. Hit me with those dodges. Thank you, Squee. Happy New Year. The most gifted subber of the whole year. Would upgrade Through the Breach for sure. I mean, like yes and no. Like Through the Breach has like the fact that you could end of turn it, and the fact that it doesn't get needled. It doesn't get like if you tap out for turn 4, it can get disenchanted pretty easy. Like there's a lot of like very real upsides to Through the Breach over Sneak Attack. Sneak Attack is better. It is the better card, of course, but it's not like it's just like a strictly better either. Yeah, I've seen some people play Creativity and Timeless, but it's just like playing like a lot of people are playing like modern decks or like slightly worse modern decks in a format with Uro, Oko, Dark Ritual, Deathrite Shaman, Faithful Sleuting. It's like there's so many cards. Do you think they're playing Spell Pierce? I'll play around a Spell Pierce. I'm gonna go Wrenn and Six Halflings because Halfling can be made by Wrenn uncounterable next turn. Basically, it's Tidebindered, but if they're Tidebinding that, they're not Tidebinding my ring. Wait, this also kind of permanent. It was Artifact or Creature for some reason. Creativity in a double Sarah's Emissary. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Play a Timeless deck. Don't play a bad modern deck. Play a Timeless deck. Or like a bad version of a modern deck. Like you have Natural Order too and Sneak Attack. Don't play Creativity. Thoughtbot gifting a sub to Lizardizzo. Thank you so much. I appreciate you equally to squeeze 50 pack. Equal love and appreciation. Okay, one card on top, one card on bottom with the preordain. So they do decide to finish off the Wrenn. Dude, Oko Creativity does sound kind of sick. Okay, hoping to dodge a Bowmaster. Well, those modern decks are straight up good, though. They've got Legacy Band cards, Shaman. That's not a modern deck. Or if it's like a modern deck plus stats, right? Shaman, your deck's not good, I think. But yeah, you could build good decks. I don't know. Okay, down to 11. They do keep a card on top. I'll fetch before they could Tidebinder me, I guess. Probably a good Blood Moon matchup. Last God, thank you for the cheer. About Chalice being great, yeah. I kind of thank you for confirming. So maybe they're terminating my halfling because the card they topped is counterspell. I feel like there's a pretty good chance that's the case. Which I'm going to be not doing very well against, I guess, but not just dead. And I could have resolved this Palantr potentially. Yeah, so I can't fetch and then play 2 3-drops. Otherwise I die. Maybe I should have played Palantr though. Or sorry, Fable though. The loot 2 is kind of relevant. Yeah, so I should have played Fable instead. Well, maybe Palantr will find me a bolt, which will buy me a lot of time. Although maybe not that much time if they just counter the bolt. I feel like all the Palantrs we've played are like on turn 6 or 7. We just like haven't had almost no like ramp spell at the Palantr. Thoughtbot, gift us up to Doonstar. Thank you. And they like also the last card is like definitely counterspell, so I'm feeling a little toasted here. Exile's a bauble. Why did time not restart? You have to. I think you have to get to a whole new level to. Listen, don't get chat, please. Don't look at the hype train counter like a zombie. It's like, just ignore it. Please just ignore the hype train. At the risk of being the worst streamer ever. Obviously, I could try to like YOLO kill them here. They're just gonna not. Okay, I'm gonna bring in the Blood Moons. I want 7 removal spells. Trim 1 of each combo piece. Halflings are really nice because of the uncounterable, but my opponent does have like just lots of ways to kill the halflings. A weird dynamic. Let's just do 1/1. Click submit. Carco, thank you for the 6 months. I'm trained dead. Good. No hype allowed. Just past Manicum Sapphire. Where'd you take instead? Also, how have I not done any cube? Oh, we did like a draft on stream. I still haven't played. I still haven't built this deck. But we have our deck. The deck is crazy. Our mana doesn't work at all though. But we have Lotus, Dark Ritual, Channel, Mishra's Workshop, plus like Ring and Reservoir. Oh, we also have, man, people try to, I could turn 1 Workshop off Workshop, or turn 1 Citadel off Workshop Lotus. We keep it. I just drafted this deck over the weekend and haven't even built it yet. One lander Wrenn and Six, sad. No lander, dude. The draws have been tough. This dude, Boseiju Sprawl. What are we gonna do? Go to 4, I guess. Wrenn and Six. Okay, my 4-card hand is Utopia Sprawl, Forest Ring. Not even a fetch land for top deck Wrenn and Six. Also running Utopia. Not in this deck, but I like where your head's at. All right. Do not ghost court me. Maybe backup deck time. I don't no. I mean, they don't have counterspell up this turn. Land off the top. There, go to discard. Ready to get spell pierced. I'm ready to get spell pierced in the backup deck. But just since I saw Ragavan, I mean, Murktide's still pretty popular. Rakta's pretty popular. Card is still. Bowmasters really has like. Oh, we did draw the land. I'm ready. I'm ready to be hurt. I can't look. It resolved. It resolved. Fuck the backup deck. Mold a 4, baby. Last night, I was thinking how I wanted to mulligan more aggressively in this deck than I had been. Don't know that I've necessarily accomplished that, like, mission statement or whatever, but... What happened to the indestructible land deck you posted Sunday's Stream Modern? It was pretty bad. It's kind of unexpected, but it was pretty fun. I was happy to have played it. Okay. Presumably they don't have a Bowmasters or a Tidebinder because they didn't hold those up. They have 6 cards in their hand. Exile a Bobble. Plays a Channeler. Channeler's so good. It's kind of quietly back to being the best one drop in Modern post Bowmasters. Let's play around Spell Pierce, I think. Bolts me. Guess I'm dead to 2 more bolts. Or Ragavan Bolt. Try to remember to ping them with Wrenn and Six next turn, maybe. But they kind of have to have either Island or Force of Negation, because I will play around Spell Pierce either with the Wrenn and Six pickup or... Oh. Let's see. Do they play Force of Negation? They probably don't play many copies if they do. They're not like a ring deck. 0 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Okay. Go down to 4. Hope not to get double bolted. It's bad to draw there, actually. I don't really know what we're losing to. I mean, I do. It's Force of Negation, actually. I do know. We're also dead if we don't tap the ring, so. Looks like they don't have it. Okay, let's go to game 3. Blood Moons are looking nice. Despite them being a known quantity, I think they're just good against them. Yeah, nice build to 4. That should mulligan really well with so much card draw and Wrenn and Six. Having a mold to 4 that wasn't like a Wrenn and Six fetch land hand was pretty scary. Yeah, I'm not really sure what my opponent's hand was. Maybe flooded. Yeah, it is a lot of draw for a Gruul deck. Alright, reveal Jegantha. I just want to turn 2 Palantr once today. Although I'll take this hand. Puts it a mold to 6. Maybe they know mulling to 4 is the key in this matchup, but they decided to keep 6. Turn 1 Xander's Lounge. Second Delighted Halfling. I think I should go Sprawl on green. Unlocks my hand a bit better. Basic Mountain. Throwing things off like usual. I think the Mountain is correct to play. It's been pretty good, or pretty important to have a fetchable red that's painless. And I think against the counterspell deck, I'm going to go Halfling, fetch on my turn before they can play Tidebinder. They may even need to counter Halfling here, since if they have counterspell in their hand, this could and not a removal spell. Which obviously would be great for me because I just have a second Halfling. Okay, also, how do we feel about not cracking our fetch so that we can potentially bait a Tidebinder on the fetch, which would make the ring safe? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to play the fetch, but I'm not going to sacrifice it. Or I guess I could sacrifice it end of turn, and it's the same thing. Okay, do this iteration, though. Delta? Dead Halfling. We get to resolve the ring if they don't have force. If they do have force, they only have 2 cards in their hand. Okay. Nice way to clean up a Bowmaster, maybe. Okay, so they still don't have Delirium necessarily. Shattering Spree. Okay, I guess that kills Palantr. Okay, 2 cards on top, 0 on the bottom. If I wasn't so ahead, I'd be a little scared, I guess. I was kind of hoping they'd Bowmaster me there, actually. Alright, I want to use Wrenn for my land drop, so I think I'm going to Flame Slash, Sprawl, Wrenn and Six. Could also play Fable. Is Fable better? Yeah, I guess Fable is better, actually. I mean, it's just 1 more mana, but it's like, the thing is, like, this Fable is more likely to eat a counter like this, which I think I just want to use the more expensive spell on that. In Timeless Streams in your future, I have a Timeless tournament on Friday, and so I'm going to be prepping for it off stream, and then, like, one of 2 things is going to happen. I either find, like, you know, it just kind of depends. Like, either I'm going to have, like, decks I discover there for the stream, or I'm not, and I just save anything I find for the tournament. It just will depend on just how that process goes. I'm gonna cast Through the Breach. Well, actually, maybe I should wait because of... They already used the spell. I'm gonna cast Through the Breach. We'll see. If they Tidebinder, we could bolt the Tidebinder and kill them. But you could Tidebinder the Annihilator trigger and chump block, potentially. Wow, did not think we were going to win that match. You ever play a read on my phone? I did for Twitch Rivals. There's something about that act that makes, like, whatever it is less funny, you know? I don't know. I don't know what it is. So it's just a phenomenon. 1 drop. Ding, ding, ding. It's like a big like negative modifier to whatever it is you're showing off. Ooh, baby. Same combo, I guess. Yeah, it's the same with like TV shows and stuff. It's just, like, I don't know what the psychology is. I mean, my opponent's deck is probably not able to kill a Halfling very often, and a Halfling is the card that lets me throw an Emrakul at them next turn, and I sure would like to throw an Emrakul at them next turn, so I'll probably play this Halfling here. I could kill the Cauldron Familiar, but if they have Sam, it's like it doesn't really even... It's like it has done nothing. You send links to YouTube and say the video is mid AF. I mean, that would make it funnier for sure. The problem is like you can't, right? Like if you like say, "Hey Spike, watch this. It's mid." I'm not going to. I don't. I almost never open YouTube links anyways. I was curious though. But it's just tough. Okay, they get a Viserys here. I mean, what are the odds that they know to upkeep sack? Probably pretty high. I'm not going to cast the Sprawl. Keck a W. Game's not over, but we are ahead. While they're sacking all of the creatures? And okay. People are gonna start rickrolling. Check out the Decklist just embedded video. Yeah, it would have to be embedded because I always like read the site of the link I'm clicking, and I usually try to open it on the other monitor. I've been rickrolled though. I don't think there's almost any streamer on this platform that hasn't been rickrolled by their chat. I'll pick up the Fable or pick up the Misty for Fable loot rather than pinging them. So the last card is just a Viserys here. I'll buy both of these. 32 the Twitch Prime. Thank you. Welcome back. Gives me a Boseiju. Thank you, Palantr. Very cool. We do think they're still alive. I mean, they're in like this liminal space between life and death, potentially. I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, going to game 2. I'm going to bring in these Cursed Totems. The Slashes. I feel like I could cheese them with Blood Moon also. Yeah, I feel like I like these moons. Relic is like not very good at getting the cat. I don't think I want Relic. I gotta cut 7 cards though. I'm kind of down to like cut all the Fables. It's kind of like the token. I don't know. Maybe the token attacks pretty well. We're also bringing in other 3-drops. What if we do like no Stirrings? Well, Stirrings is also, I don't know. Just every card is good. Let's trade this. We saw 3 basics. Yeah, but they're like a 3-color deck with double color cards. It's like, and they're like they just because they have 3 basic stack game, that means they have like maybe like 4 in their deck total. It's tough for them to. I think Blood Moon's good against these. I'm usually very scared of Blood Moon when I play those kind of decks. I guess we have a little bit of a Nombo here, huh? That's probably opponents on a middle to 6. Gora's Emrakul, Tiebinder, Sacrifice Trigger. I think we'll probably win most of the games where you do that. Thank you, Chatter, for saying we saw 3 basics though. There's no way the moon would be this good otherwise. You get a basic here. Maybe the Boseiju. I think I'll wait a turn on the old totem. Force of Vigor would be off so good though. Backup Palantr is probably fine, although they maybe just have me mill. Vulture. Can you use Tishana to shuffle the Graveyard Shuffle trigger? You should be able to. Okay, there's a swamp. Yeah, they're on Sam combo. So still we'll get food tokens on ETB. No, they're not Yogg. Let's bottom both. Okay, they take 7 down to 8. Milling the One Ring and a Blood Moon. Got both Sam here. Oh, Yogg is good at... Yeah, sure, I'm good at versus Yogg, yeah. That and Scales would be the two things. Sector food, maybe? Nope. Might keep the Emrakul on top, huh? Nice. I think it's our first Palantir kill of the day. Okay, so we lost playing for 4-1 last league, but we're 6-3 on the day. It's their will to live, you know. Okay, opponent's on a mold of 6 on the play for this 4-1 match. Well, we're going to need to find a Boseiju or Through the Breach pretty fast. Got a lot of sideboard cards too. We got extra Boseijus, got Blood Moons on the board. But they are in the board and not in my hand. And we're on the draw. But throwing an Emrakul is pretty good against Tron. It is nice when you play a deck like this and your opponent like casts some big stuff. You still just, you know, have the out of doing this. Play around Through the Breach like a bridge. My Kingdom for a Bolt. That could be a foolish trade. I'd rather have a Through the Breach, honestly. Boseiju maybe, although they might. I wonder if they'd ever name Boseiju here. They're thinking about it. They named Wrenn and Six. Probably just gonna like a Sundering Titan here. Well, could maybe just go to next game. We got a prediction on the line. We'll play it out. Actually, not feeling that bad at the moment. Still need them to have not much in the way of a follow-up. We can go Ring and throw an Emrakul at them. Feels like worth playing. It's fine you have Wrenn. Well, I don't have Wrenn. It's needled. I'll concede to that, though. Okay. Game 2. Things get a lot better post-board. We get the 3 Boseijus up to total 4 and the Blood Moons. I think we just cut all but 1 bolt. For an easy submit click. Gonna be mulliganing pretty aggressively. Also, I'm not gonna keep a hand that's not like a Boseiju hand, a Blood Moon hand, or a Through the Breach hand, I think. It's kind of hard to not have a hand that does one of those things. I might keep like turn 2 Palantir on the play too, because like 61. Oh, wait, why is it 61? Oh, sorry, I thought I had 7 removal spells. Okay, so, all right, 60 then. Would Tron be better if Tron lands are basics? It wouldn't be worse. It'd be a lot better, actually. Imagine rampant growth for a Tron land. And not big blow. Okay, I mean, I know what you're meaning. Yeah, Prismatic Vista for Tron lands. Be missing the one, but we need to finish Karn. I'll just throw an Emrakul at it. Got our Boseijus. What if they? I mean, I know this conversation is so pointless, but like, whatever. If their basics they didn't have for mana to have all three, I think they would be pretty broken still. Do I name green or red? I think I probably have to do red. And I want to Boseiju them on their instep, so they can't use the green mana for scrying or stirrings, and I can just untap and play a ring. Yeah, I was able to do like rampant growth. So crazy. Okay, they get a tower. I'm still gonna just use my mana to Boseiju now. I think I'm not gonna stirrings for a land if I don't draw land here. Although now, is there anything I would? Yeah, I think it's better to cast the ring and stirrings after, because you want to typically cast your cantrip. Like if you have something that says draw a card and then you have something that says select a card or scry, you tend to want to just draw that card first. So you have the best information on what you would take off stirrings. Also, very happy to draw Wrenn and Six in these kind of spots. I'll take the Palantr. How many basics does Tron usually play? It varies actually a pretty big amount. There's like a build that plays Jitterisant that plays like 5, maybe 6. I think like the stock list tend to play 3, sometimes 4. What the fuck? Why did you not cast that earlier? Don't you want to always create colored mana from halfway to cast a ring? Not when in a matchup where it doesn't matter at all and you're just like wasting time. It's just easier to click the other one. Matters like actual 0. It's like an extra click. Right. See if they take 3 or give me a card. Let's say this is also a card that works through Karn. They do mill, they do take 3. Hedging Magus. I guess that would be it, but still, I feel like they just like giving me the mana there is just so bad. Hoping they don't cast a Karn here, I guess, but not doing so bad against one. Hoping that they only have 3 basics in the deck. I'll take that too. I'll take Concede. Okay, game 3 on the draw. This one is a harder game for sure. Okay, reveal Jegantha. We have Wrenn and Six Boseiju. Probably Boseiju on turn 2, and then on turn 3 we get to go Wrenn and Six Boseiju. So this is a Keeperoo. My opponent's on a mulligan to 6. We'll see if they go any lower. Keep 6. Power Plant. No 1-drop. Okay, so Stirrings means I can cast this and channel Boseiju next turn. Do you think in general lands are too difficult to interact with favorably in Modern? No, this is one of the that's a pretty good one. Like Urza Saga is one of like the best lands in the format, and like it's like that's a super easy one to deal with. It's not I don't know. It's easy enough. I think it has a good amount of interaction. Hope they pop the Relic. They played Mine second. I'm actually going to target Power Plant. I feel like all the Tron players know to play the one they have multiple ofs first. Yeah, like the Field of Ruin Citadel decks are really good. I think there's a really appropriate amount of interaction for lands. Alright, so looking for a Boseiju or a Emrakul off the Stirrings, although I would take a Palantr. I guess I would take Ring too. Get you to both with Wrenn. Yeah, but Wrenn does not discount Boseiju. Okay, plays Saga and map. Saga's interesting here. Do not like drawing a land. We'll take this. I guess, yeah, we'll target the Saga. We'll target in response to, or just in the draw step. Obviously, just finding Emrakul was easy mode. I think I'm also probably not supposed to Wooded Foothills end of turn, just because I bought him so many non-Emrakul cards that like my odds of drawing an Emrakul are so much high enough to like mitigate the, I don't know, it's like reverse deck thinning. I don't know how to articulate it exactly. Do you need to dodge a Karn? Ring would be bad too. Maybe they have both if they're thinking this long, but I guess my opponent's been playing kind of slow. Okay, they have the Karn. Okay, Emrakul off the top is easy mode. If my opponent grabs a coding, if I ever Boseiju the coding, I should have shuffled. Yeah, I think I'll Boseiju the coding. Obviously, if they just play power, big thing, I'm sad. Very sad how mid Tron is nowadays. I think Tron's probably pretty good, actually. Starting off with the Stirrings. You can Boseiju the coding next turn. You still lose one land either way, right? Well, if I Boseiju their Tron piece and then they use coding to turn off my Wrenn and Six, then I can't Boseiju the coding next turn. They find a 1 ring, then they play the coding. Now I can't Emrakul next turn, of course. And they have Relic to... Okay, shit's looking perilous. Shoshana's very good versus Tron. Sure, I don't know. I feel like Tron can tank it to Shoshana a lot of the time. Can play around it by sacking map main phase more often. I agree, you may not win every match. Destroy Relic? They still get to exile the Boseiju. And then I could never draw Emrakul. I'm still going to not fetch because I put, again, so many non-Emrakul cards at the bottom. I'm in pretty bad shape, but if I draw an Emrakul next turn, we have a path to victory. Can't you Boseiju the Relic to hit coding next turn? No, because you discard Boseiju as part of the cost. It's in the yard, they just pop the Relic. It's not like a spell. Kind of dead to Power Plant's Sundering Titan too. Okay, they get an Expedition map. Can they go... I think they're 1 mana short of map Sundering Titan. Yeah, 1 mana short. Plays the ring. So if I Emrakul, I attack Karn, they sack Karn. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, still not like still just like not in that good shape. Oh, they could also get coding back as they get the Relic. Okay, we're pretty boned. Rhino, Scam, and Merc have good matchups for Tron at the moment. I would say that they are like all of those decks are very, very slightly ahead. Like the Tron versus Scam matchup is was pretty close. Pre-ban, it was like favored for Scam, but it was not that bad. It was not like nearly as bad for Tron as people expected, at least in like the Barcelona meta, and like the lack of like turn 1 Scam Furies like is a pretty significant thing for Tron too. Murktide is pretty good against Tron, but like it's just like it's not like that lopsided for any of them. You know what I mean? Okay, it's just all pretty.